Hey everyone, welcome to AIGN Education channel. Today we shall look into the chapter Soil. What is soil? Soil is the soft, loose material that covers the surface of the earth. It's where plants grow and it's full of nutrients, tiny living things and minerals that help plants and trees to thrive. Soil is super important because it supports all life on land. This is so important. See, soil supports all life on land. Why is it? Because soil is full of nutrients and it supports tiny living things and it has so many minerals that helps plants and trees to thrive, right? So without plants, what did I say? Plants are the primary producers, right? So primary producers of food. So without plants, no living being can live on the earth. Okay? And this plant needs minerals for its growth. And it will get minerals from where? We'll get it from soil. Okay? And apart from that, soil supports the plant's roots. It does so many things. So it is very important that you learn about soil. Okay? How is soil made? Soil forms over a long time from rocks breaking down into tiny pieces through a process called as weathering. So, what happens is that the rocks, okay, they break to form smaller rocks, okay, and this smaller rocks further break to form fine particles. What is this entire process called? Weathering. Okay, how is all this done? Can you imagine, like how can big rocks become smaller rocks, and how will they eventually become fine particles? See, it's very difficult to imagine, right? So there is always its nature. Nature has many ideas. Okay, so what happens, I'll tell you one thing how this happens. Okay, what happens is rocks get heated up in the morning, right? Rocks get heated up in the morning and eventually cools down in the evening and nights, right? Because of all this, what happens? You can find cracks in the rocks. Okay, because of this process, rocks will develop cracks. On this cracks, water through rain, okay, or some other source, water and wind, okay, act upon these two, act upon the cracks and will make the rocks to break. Okay, so all this process is called as weathering. Okay, this is what I have mentioned here. Wind, water and changes in temperature slowly breaks rocks into smaller and smaller pieces. Okay, as plants and animals live, die and decay, they add nutrients to the soil, making it rich and fertile. Remains of dead plants and animals is called as humus. This is important. Soil is fertile only because of humus. Okay, fertility is possible mostly because of this organic matter. What is it? Organic matter. Okay, apart from the minerals that are present in the soil which makes it fertile, humus, the organic matter, will make it fertile too. Okay, and without this you can consider that soil is not so good for the crops. Okay, so what do you think? Is it important to learn about humus or not? Yes, right? It's so important for you to know what humus does. Okay, so here I will mention few points about the humus. Where shall I do this? I'll do it here. Okay, so humus. Humus, what does it do? Just think. What did I say? Yes, it provides nutrients to the soil. Okay, in what manner it provides nutrients to the soil? Like I can say that nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, all these are needed for the fertility of the soil. Okay, phosphorus and potassium, popularly called as NPK. Okay, these nutrients will be provided by humus, and apart from that, soil texture will be improved. What is it? Soil texture will be improved by the humus. It makes the soil soft and crumbly. Okay, so soils will stick together because of this. And also humus supports microorganisms. What does it do? It supports microorganisms like bacteria and fungi. Okay, and apart from that, it increases the water retention capacity of the soil. It means that it will make the soil capable to hold more water. Okay, this is about the humus. I think this is more than enough for you kids at this stage. If in any competitive examination they will ask about humus, you can say that it is the organic matter. Like they will give the options like, is humus organic or is humus inorganic? It's organic. Okay, they will say what are the functions of the humus, and they'll say that it will provide nutrients to the soil, it will improve the soil texture, it will improve the water retention. Are all correct? Okay, these sort of questions you can expect from here. Next, layers of soil. Soil is made up of different layers like a cake. Okay, like for birthdays you keep asking for the layered cakes, right? So in the same manner, soil is also made up of many layers. If you see it, if you see this section of the soil, you can find these sort of layers here. This will be the topsoil, and this is the subsoil, and this is the bedrock. So let us see. Each layer is called a horizon. What is it? Each layer is called horizon, and they are stacked on top of each other. Okay, topsoil. What is topsoil? The top layer of soil where the plants grow. It's rich in nutrients and has a lot of organic material like decomposed plants and animals. This layer has fine particles like sand and clay. Topsoil is rich in humus, water and air. Why it's important? This is where plants get nutrients they need to grow. And next is subsoil. What is it? The layer beneath the topsoil is the middle layer of the soil. It's harder and compact and has fewer nutrients but contains water and minerals that plants need. So why do you think that the nutrients will be fewer here? Right? Whatever the decayed material we can find, you can find it on the top layer of the soil, right? This penetration of these nutrients, this humus content into the soil will be less. So when compared to this, obviously you will find less amount of nutrients at this layer. Okay, it has broken pieces of rock and is lighter in color as compared to the topsoil. Why lighter in color? It is because humus has dark brown color. What is it? Humus has dark brown color. So as there will be less humus here, you will find that the soil here is lighter in color. Why is it important? It helps store water and provides a foundation for plant roots. Okay. And what is it? Bedrock. What is it? The layer beneath the subsoil made of solid rock and is very hard. These rocks are not exposed to weathering, but over time bedrock can break down to form new soil. Here I think these rocks are not exposed, sorry for this R here. These rocks are not exposed to weathering, but over time bedrock can break down to form new soil. See, for now we can say that when we are calling it bedrock, it means that its structure is intact. All the rocks are not broken or are not exposed to any sort of weathering, and so it is intact. but it is nature, right? Nature may do anything at any time. So a time may come where even this is exposed, okay, and because of human activities too, the bedrock may get exposed to the nature, and so weathering may happen, and again this may become the topsoil. Okay, many things can happen. For now, I just want to say that the bedrock will be hard and very it's compact. Okay, there won't be much water here. Why it's important? It's the base that holds everything up. What is soil made of? Soil is a mix of different things: minerals, rock materials, or inorganic components. Tiny pieces of broken down rock eventually become sand, silt, and clay due to weathering, and these form the inorganic components of the soil. Okay, what about the sand, silt, and clay? These are Sand and silt are small particles of rock. What is it? Sand and silt are small particles of rock, whereas particles of rock. Whereas clay is very fine particles of rock. Very fine particles of rock. Okay. Now, organic matter. We are done with inorganic components. Okay. Next is organic matter. Decayed plants and animals, also called humus, which is dark brown in color and makes the soil fertile. This is called as organic matter. So soil is made up of not only this inorganic components, minerals or rock materials, it also has organic matter. Okay, and it's called as humus, which is dark brown in color, and it makes the soil fertile. How about the air? You can also find air. Okay, don't think that air is separate and soil doesn't have air, or air is considered separate from soil. No, the soil, these entire things together is called as soil. Okay, so spaces in the soil are filled with air, which helps plant roots to breathe. Oxygen present in the air is required by the plant roots and other organisms living in the soil for breathing. Here, do you remember in the plants chapter I have mentioned that plants also need oxygen for breathing purpose, right? Where do they need carbon dioxide? They need carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. Don't forget this point, okay? Present in the air is required by the plant roots and other organisms living in the soil for breathing. Carbon dioxide and nitrogen are also important for the growth of the plant. Okay, these are also components of air. Okay, air has many gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, argon, etc. Okay, water. Soil also has water. Water means moisture in the soil that plants need to grow. Plants need to grow. Okay, living organisms. Tiny creatures like earthworms, insects, and bacteria live in the soil and help break down the organic material. For this organic material to be used, it has to be broken down, okay, into simple things. So this will be done by earthworms, insects, and bacteria. What are earthworms called as? You all know, right? They are called as farmer's friend. Okay. Next. Okay, next topic is types of soil, and it's almost 15 minutes, and I see that it's better to keep up the length of the video to 15 minutes, okay, so that you all can concentrate better. For this 15 minutes, learn a lot and again revise, and if you want you can again listen to the chapter. Okay, so I will continue the rest in the next video. Okay, go through everything very well, and there are only around 2 or 3 topics left, and we'll do that in the next video. Bye, see you.